On some of the advanced features in the system, one of the features is called Handoff. What Handoff gives you the ability to do is hand it off to another device that you have paired to your account. So on my account, if I wanted to take this call and then just push it out to my cell phone, what I can do is while I'm on the call with the person, I can click on the More icon, which is the ... and then I can choose the option to hand off. And again, as soon as you hit this, it'll do a transfer out to things such as my cell phone. Once I answer the call on my cell phone, you'll see that your display of the MiCollab Desktop Client will go back to its home screen, and it now just means the call was handed off, and it will show you a banner in the middle of your screen that the call was handed off. Now, when you're on a live phone call, once we accept the call, and let's say I'm chatting with this person for a little bit, and then we decide we wanted to conference a person in. To do a conference call, what you can do is choose the option, again, go to More, but this time choose the option to do a conference. When you do a conference, you're going to choose the first person you want to bring in. So I'm going to choose Bernadette, and you'll see that there's an icon to the right of her current status where it says in the office, and it's going to do a consultation because anytime you are doing a conference call, you have to consult with the person before bringing them on the line. So we're going to do a consultation with her first. And in the event if somebody does not pick up, it's okay. Maybe they're busy. You can end the current connection and then just pick the person that you were talking to back up, and then it will reestablish your call. So I'm going to try somebody else next. So this is a good example of if somebody on the other end doesn't answer, you can end the call of the person you are trying to conference in and then just go back to the party you had on the line with you. So I'm going to go back again. I'm going to do conference, and I'm going to search for Steve this time. So I'm going to type in his name, and I'm going to do a consult with him. Let's see if he's around.
Hey.
Hi, Steve. I'm just doing a test with a training, so hold on one second. I'm going to conference you in.
Okay.
All right, so when we're ready to conference him in, there's a plus sign next to his line item, next to his name, where I can add him to the conference. And once we do that, we'll hear a beep, and it will show us that we're on a conference call with two people. So this is how you can establish a conference call. If you wanted to add in more people, again, go to your More icon, select conference, and then search out the other folks that you may want to add to the conference call, and you go through the same exact process. All right, Steve, thank you so much.
Sure.
Bye-bye. And once we're done, I'll just hang up the phone. Now, the conference we just did is to do an on-demand conference call. The other thing that you can do is you have the ability of going through MiTeam meetings and scheduling conference calls. So typically the first leg of getting a conference call scheduled, very similar to how they do other scheduled conferences, maybe something such as Zoom or any of those other applications. What you can do is through your MiCollab client, they try to make it more integrated for you. So when you go in here, you'll have an icon that says MiTeam Meetings. And when I click on this, I can create what they call a MiTeam Meeting stream. What we're going to do is I'm going up to the top right. I'm going to create. And I'm going to give the stream a name. So we're going to call this Test Conference. And this time, if you wanted to add in some participants that are going to be part of your in the office folks, such as Steve or Bernadette or anybody else, you could add them as part of this new stream. But I'm just going to do a basic stream just to get it created, and then we'll go into scheduling it so we can send out a calendar invite. So I'm going to create the new stream. Now it's created, and what I'm going to do is select that, and then up at the top you'll see one of the icons right in the middle is called Schedule a Meeting. So as soon as I open this up, it's going to launch an application, and I also have a shortcut if you look in the background called MiTeam Meetings. It does the same thing. So it basically launches that MiTeam Meetings app, and then it's going to bring up an option to schedule a meeting for this. So you can choose what calendar you want to put it into. whether it's a default calendar, Google, or Exchange or Outlook 3, Office 365, and then you can choose the option to add it to your calendar. All right. So for me, I'm just going to throw it into mine, and I'm using a Mac for this one just as an example. And it's going to basically save it for me on mine to then open it up with my Outlook. For people who are running Windows, you guys should see that when you choose to download it, it should open it up with Windows right away. All right, so I'm going to save it on mine. That way I can open it up with my Microsoft Outlook, and then I can send it out to all the appropriate people that I want to be part of the conference call. Now what happens is if I click on where it says test conference, when I'm ready to join this meeting, what I can do is select the option to join now. So the nice thing about this is just so you know, you can join at any time if you wanted to, but more often than not, you're scheduling a time with other people to join the meeting. So this is basically open for me to join if I wanted to right now. Once I hit the join option, it's just going to give me some basic information, and then it's going to give me the option, do I want to start my video, and do I want to unmute myself? And then it just gave me a little preview of my picture right now. So I'm going to select the option to connect, and now I'm connected to the conference I just built. So as other people join, they'll be typically in the waiting room if you're the one who's hosting. If there are people within your organization, they should be allowed to join right away. But anybody who's outside of your organization that might be joining through a web portal, you'll have a pop-up that comes up asking you if you wanted to allow that person into your meeting. Normally when people are added to the meeting as they come in, their selection will be muted. So just make sure to let people know as they join to make sure that they shut the mute function off in the toolbar at the very bottom of the MiTeam meeting window. When we're done with this call, I can choose the option to leave. And once we do that, you can just simply leave the meeting and leave everybody else connected, or you can end the meeting for anybody who's connected. Once the meeting is over, you'll have your conference is still on the left-hand side, but if there's people chatting throughout the meeting, you'll have it on the right-hand side of this window, and it will also show you anybody who's attended will be listed on the right side. So if we look on mine, I have an install meeting that we have set up, and then these are all different, chats we've had, different people who have joined the line with us. So that's just an example. So again, if you're looking for meeting details, because maybe somebody didn't get the calendar invite for any reason and they're just looking for stuff, information last minute on as far as how to join, you can click on the info button, and here is the meeting link, and here is the phone number along with the meeting ID number that they'll need when they call in. So if a person's joining via the web, they should get both audio and video through the web. If somebody is joining on the web, but they do not have, let's say, speaker or microphone, they have no way of actually participating to verbally say something or interact with you on the call, they can still join the web, but they can also call in if they don't have, like I said, a microphone or headset to be able to talk back into something, or hear for that matter. Right? So that's the information right there if you ever needed to copy and paste it to another individual. And if you ever wanted to, if you have your meeting set up and you wanted to delete any of these meetings, what you can do is you can right click and you can delete the meeting. So once things are over and you no longer need that meeting set up, if you wanted to clean up all the stuff that you have set up here under your My Meetings, you can choose the option to delete it, delete meeting, and then it will keep things nice and clean on the MiTeam meeting side. So again, you can schedule, get it set up here initially for the stream, and then as soon as you click on schedule a meeting on your MiCollab Desktop Client, it'll open up the MiTeam meeting application, creating a new meeting, then you can add it to your calendar. All right. So that's what you can do when you schedule that. And then when it comes time to have the meeting, the easiest way to do it is there'll be an icon on your desktop called MiTeam Meetings. When you click on that, it'll launch the program, goes right into all of your meetings. So when you open up your calendar invite and you have the meeting, if you're hosting it, typically you would open up the program called MiTeam Meetings. It'll open up this application. You can choose the meeting that you want to join for that designated time period. Choose the option to join, and then it will launch the connection. And that's it.